us who are born always, from childhood, have dreamt that we want to leave something behind, inspire people, be true role models, authentic role models, leave something behind for the next generation to remember us by. Leave something, some strong memories, some powerful memories where people can talk about us, that we have contributed so much, so beautifully to humanity. We have left behind good memories to be cherished by our next generation, where your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren will be proud to remember you and tell, oh, my grandfather, grandmother were such great personalities. They have contributed so much. They have transformed so many people's lives. As a child, as a teenager, all of us believe in becoming great leaders. We visualize becoming great leaders, great role models, and be that one person to your family or the community where people always look up to you for guidance, admire you, respect you for your values, and think that you are their psychological support in this world. This, I think, is a common dream for many children, for many teenagers. But somewhere from the teenage to adulthood to old age, we start withdrawing from these dreams. We become restricted. We start living in ourselves. Especially as a woman, I know many of us give up on our dreams, give up on our lifestyle, give up on many things, sacrifice many things of our personal desires and wants for many people. But how can that stop you from being a great leader? Do you really want to be a leader? A powerful person who is remembered for your contribution to the society, for your contribution to the humanity, versus just being someone and being one among the sheep? Do you really have this passion in your life that you still feel, no matter what you've been through or what you're going through, you still believe in yourself, you still believe in the power that you have in you, the unique personality of you, that you can still contribute to people, but are floundering somewhere? But feel, oh, what difference am I going to make at this point of time? Or feel it's impossible. The very idea of Hindu feminism is rooted in its will persistence. Feminism, most of you all may think, it's a very Western word. How is it connected to Hinduism? It is not a Hindu identity. Hindu feminism is not considered as an identity that most of us are brought up with. But you will be very surprised to know that it is India that is in the strong, the dharma that we live today, that the word feminism actually, in its true sense, has been lived by the women who are true Hindus. Hinduism did not begin or just end with only the men. If you see the contributions of the women in Hinduism, of the women who have lived the high dharmic principles in their lives, who have sacrificed everything for the single ideology, the single principle they believe in, be it good or bad, any which ways, a decision they have taken. They have stood by it so firmly, they are willing to give up their lives. Unfortunately, today, we hardly find such role models. Today's role models are mostly people who are all in the glitzy world of business and glamour, who have, of course, achieved huge, stupendous success in their personal lives through their personal sacrifice and their personal hard work, no doubt. But that hard work and sacrifice has gained them personal success, personal beliefs, versus in Hinduism, we have such beautiful personalities of women who have sacrificed their personal desires, their personal wants, their personal ideals and ideologies for the benefit of the greater dharma, for the benefit of the Hindu Rashtra, for the benefit of the people. You may be wondering what I am talking about. Especially in today's world, most of us do not know that such an idea, such a woman existed in our society. We have always been led to believe women in Hinduism have been subjugated. At the most, there are few matriarchal societies that have survived over the period of time, but no longer. You will be surprised to know that it is in Hinduism women have been empowered to live and die for the ideal they believe in, to live powerfully, to set an example, and die powerfully. Women like Rani Jhansi, Queen Ahalya, and even down south, which is considered a very, very conservative society, we have the great Queen Velu Nachiyar. And you'll be surprised to know it is much before the word feminism was even thought of in the Western world. Queen Velu Nachiyar formed an all-women's army. Aren't you surprised to know that? In today's world, where women are fighting for a right to be in the army, and women's commanders or a women in the army is celebrated as something called the women's freedom or the feminism or, women's equal rights. It is so dynamically funny to see that 200 or 300 years ago, much before World War II, we had an all-women army just commanded by the Queen Velu Nachiyar, whose commanding-in-chief was a woman named Koili. And Koili is the world's first female suicide bomber. You would be surprised to know these. And I would love to share these lovely stories with you further in all this video series, which I am trying to do now, called Feminism as in Hinduism, or the Hindu feminism, or the Hindu astitva for a woman. Nithyananda, and I welcome you all with the grace and auspicious blessings of my Guru, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to this video series where I'm talking about woman empowerment. Woman empowerment may be sounding a bit glitzy, maybe a bit, something that we have to fight for, or oh, it's something in fashion, that's why I'm talking. No, I want to take this opportunity to share with you all the Hindu feminism concept. The true empowerment of a woman does not lie in her decision-making ability or her choosing ability, but just in her will persistence. The strength of a woman is her will persistence, and the strength of the society is this woman whose will persistence safeguards, empowers generations to come. But when few years ago we've had women like Queen Ahalya who fought against the British just to safeguard her kingdom, we had a woman like Jhansi Rani, who again all of us know fought against the British. Same thing with Queen Velu Nachiyar and her all-women's army. From there, we've had great spiritual leaders, spiritual masters, who have been able to help the society with their enlightened consciousness, spreading the signs of enlightenment. Be it Mayi, yes, my namesake Mayi, who's from West Bengal, to many other great personalities, including one of the greatest personality from Andhra Pradesh called Dokku Sitama. Well, these are all new stories which I'm going to be sharing with you. Dokku Sitama, you'd be surprised to know, is considered the Annapurna of Kakinada. And today, After more than 100 years, there's a beautiful bust of hers in the center of the city. She lived in the early 18th century, not earlier 18th century, probably the later 18th century, because she had become such a great personality by her will persistent character of giving, giving, giving. All her life, she believed in only giving and feeding people, and her fame had spread to such an extent. Her personality, her let me say, the matru bhava of hers, the mother aspect of her. It's only a mother who will always give without criticism. It's only a mother who always loves without judgment. But anybody who can feed anybody at any point of time, can you imagine what a personality she must have been, having no vengeance, having no conflicts in her, but always feeding people 24 hours a day with all her wealth. She was so celebrated when she was alive that in fact King Edward of London had invited her for his coronation in England, and she refused. Can you imagine that in today's world, where an invite from the king would be so celebrated across the world? This happened at a time when the British were still in India, and she, being such a beautiful personality, the king invited her for just to celebrate her motherhood, her complete peaceful nature, her loving nature, ahimsa nature. He invited her to London to participate in his coronation. And when she refused, he was so touched by that, touched by the fact that such a beautiful lady has even said she will not come to his coronation just because she did not want media publicity. He took a photograph of hers, framed. It's in fact a huge frame that still hangs in the palace in London. He had framed it beautifully and he had placed it behind his seat when he sat during his coronation. And of course, after that, there's a lot of more stories how India finally came to recognize her greatness after many, many years, when a delegate from Andhra went to visit London and they saw this photograph of this very old lady who says to be from, she's from Kakinada, Andhra Pradesh. Who's this lady? And then we figure out it's this great personality called Dokkusitama. And that's when her bust has been placed in the center of Kakinada city. And in fact, the water duct in Kakinada city is named after Dokkusitama. Okay, like this, we have many personalities. It's only in Hindu feminism you will find great personalities, women who you will probably be hearing, who have stood right out in the front with the army, fought wars. And at the same time, we've had women who are examples of, I'm not able to find the right word. Even motherhood is a very small word. Ahimsa is a smaller word. But someone who's totally giving, who just loves to feed people, who just loves to see people happy. And we've had personalities like Rudramadevi, who gave up her gender identity just to protect her people, her kingdom. Can you imagine a woman giving up her gender identity, giving up her dreams, giving up her everything just for the people? That is the greatness of an Indian woman. And in this series, I'm going to be sharing many more such wonderful stories of all our women, all our ancestors who have left such great marks, such great role models for all of us to follow. But in today's world, the one thing I have seen is that all of us need to learn to be more persistent, continuously be persistent about things. Giving up on relations, giving up on people is not a solution. Today's divorce rates, break in relationships, the rage, the suicide rate, the violence in women is just increasing because we have stopped being persistent and being all-inclusive. Somewhere we have become so corrupt, we started becoming more selfish. We are ready to sacrifice for our personal goals, but not for the larger goal, and not even for the people we profess to love. Today it's always, oh, why should I not go to work when my boyfriend is going to work? Or why should I not go and get a salary when my husband is going? Why should I give up my work? Let him give up his work and stay at home if he wants. But I'm not going to give up. It is not about giving up. The beauty of relationships is not giving up. You don't need to give it up. You just need to know what is your priority in your life and what needs to be sacrificed and what needs to be persistent. But in today's video, I just want to address about the will persistence. The will persistence we all seem to have lost in pursuing relationships, in pursuing happiness, in pursuing jobs. And all great leaders today or even earlier had this great quality of will persistence. My Guru, His Divine Holiness, Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. But how do you know which you need to sacrifice and which we need to be persistent about? How do we make decisions? Based on what do I decide? Do I decide about myself or do I decide for others? Am I to sacrifice my things, my dreams, my ambitions for the sake of others? These are the conflicts that we all women are stuck today, and that's where the conflict and the conversations about women's freedom, feminism happens. Women's freedom and women's feminism is not about decisions and choices. It is about being empowered enough and being so complete inside you, knowing which you need to say yes, which you need to say no, and standing by and sticking by those values once you have said yes or no. Once you've said yes to something, we live with it. That is empowerment. And if during that journey of life, where you have said from yes to till the end of the journey of your life, if you feel things are not going your way, giving up is not the solution, but making it happen, manifesting that reality the way you want is the true empowerment. Not just giving up and breaking relationships or walking out on jobs or walking out on people. That doesn't work. That is not feminism. Feminism is having the ability to make life the way you want, making it all inclusive. That is true feminism. And that power, that empowerment you will only have if you have that one unique quality of will persistence. And this unique quality of will persistence is one of those qualities, one of those teachings from the Agamas and the Vedas, which was taught and lived during the golden era of Bharat, when Bharat was living with enlightened species, when Bharat at one time was just an enlightened civilization. But nothing much is lost. Today, my Guru, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan, Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is reviving this Vedic civilization of enlightened consciousness. Swamiji, as we call His Divine Holiness, has declared Kailasa as a nation which will live, radiate this beautiful lifestyle of enlightened consciousness. To know more about Kailasa, please check the link which I'll be putting below. But in this video, I would like to teach you and share with you that one meditation which will make you unconsciously and without much effort strengthen your will persistence. It just needs 7 minutes of your day. Yes, you heard me right. It is just 7 minutes of your day which will clear your clogged thoughts and make you so firm on what you want, what you believe, and how to get it. It will just cut through all the clouding in your brain, clear the path beautifully, so you have clear thoughts. And these thoughts will show you a clear path to achieve what you want. Try out this meditation. It's just 7 minutes in a day. And if you can make it for 21 minutes in a day, there's nothing like that. You can even break it up. 7 minutes in the morning, 7 in the afternoon, 7 in the evening. If you can do it 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 times a day, great. If not, 21 minutes at one go, absolutely perfect. If not, at least do it for 7 minutes a day, which is nothing in your day. It is just 7 minutes. I'm going to show you how to go through this meditation. Please watch this video. And as always, the best part of my day, and something I absolutely love, is to hear back from all of you. Please give your feedback, your comments in the link below, and I will get back to you. I always enjoy listening to you. Please reach out to me if you need anything else, any other techniques, any other meditation, anything else to help you. Come out. You have a problem, we have the solutions. Any problem, we have all solutions. That is the beauty of Hinduism. That is the beauty of the Agamas and the Vedas. The rich culture of Sanatana Dharma.
Breathing is not smelling. Breathing is breathing the energy, life energies of the people around you. Understand this example. A beautiful beach, hill, or river. If you are breathing it all by yourself, you will breathe peace. If you are breathing that same space with the people with whom you have a completion, you will be breathing bliss, joy. The same place, if you are breathing with the people with whom you have incompletion, you will be breathing hell. Understand this example. Whenever you go to an energy field where the great beings lived, breathe that place. I tell you, still they are alive in those places. Still their prana is alive in that places. Now this December whole Sadashivoham is nothing but I am letting Sadashiva to breathe through this body, and you will be breathing Sadashiva's prana. That's all. Sadashiva in his full form. Powers and possibilities and experiences. You will be just breathing Sadashiva for 21 days. That's all.
Have you found yourself going back on the decisions you've made? How many of us do that in a day? To keep your focus on your will, to keep your focus on your persistence, try out this deep breathing technique. All of us know the importance of breathing. But here, I'm adding this video where Swamiji beautifully explains the importance of breathing. After listening to that, you should absolutely do this 7 minutes technique. Set your timer for 7 minutes. Have you set it to 7 minutes? Once you've set your timer for 7 minutes, find a nice place, a cozy way to sit. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your mind out to the outer world. Just go into yourself and focus on your breath. Watch how you're breathing right now. And keep breathing. Take long breaths, slow breaths, deep breath. Long, slow, deep breath. That's all you need to do for the next 7 minutes. It's very simple, isn't it? And very easy. Deep, long, slow breath. Keep your focus on the breath. Do not get distracted or diverted from the breath. Do not start thinking of your phone or your messages or your Facebook Messenger or your WhatsApp messages or what your friend might be doing for lunch or what your wife might be having for dinner. Do not think of your children. Do not think of your boss. Do not think of shopping. Do not think of movies. Do not think of your favorite heroes. Do not dream of your most favorite fashion designers. Do not think about what you're going to do after the 7th minute. Be present here and watch your breath. Long, slow, and deep. Long, slow, deep breath. Feel the breath going inside your body. Feel the breath spreading into your body. And feel it going out. Do this for 7 minutes. And end of the 7th minute, when your timer goes off, open your eyes to the world. I hope that was refreshing for all of y'all, because I know it was for me. Whenever I get tired or I just want a cup of tea for myself, I do this. I do not reach out for a cup of tea. I reach out for the meditation, a 7-minute meditation that will refresh me more than a tea or coffee. I hope this meditation technique was helpful to you. And if it is not, please write to me. I will share with you some other techniques that may help you. And please write to me. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you for watching this video. Nithyananda.